This is my starlit citadel repelling continuous attacks from a mysterious portal.
They're attacking us, actually. Oh, wow. This is chaotic.
This series will follow the story of the Alarians as they strive to defend themselves from the horrors of the galaxy.
Hi, we are back again in Stellaris in the new update, and today we are going to be playing as the Alarian Trade Association, using the Starlit Citadel Origin.
This game is set to Grand Admiral without scaling difficulty and 25 times crisis. Further, it has been set on Iron Man mode, and an additional rule I have set for myself is that I cannot give up playing until I literally lose. No scum saving and no giving up.
This is the galaxy map, and we have a continental world just one jump away. We don't have the best spawn. It would have been nice if we were at the tail or at the middle. And we're playing as a Megacorp, one of my favorite ways of playing this game. And they are here. It seems the first fleet, only 976 versus our 7.4K station. They are hitting very hard. That is actually very surprising. Since we are under such threat, I'm going to take Unyielding. Okay, we have enough resources to create our first colony. New Celestia. In the meantime, we have analyzed the enemy and found out that their biotissue resonates with the portal itself, meaning if we research it, we may be able to traverse the portal and take the fight to them.
For the next year, I worked on the economy and built cities to make more jobs for our research department. I also expanded our empire, claiming systems with habitable planets and future potential colonies.
I'm quickly realizing that trade is the most important resource, because with it you can purchase everything else. The build that I'm going with today, actually accidentally, is with the Civic, Trade League, and Trading Posts. And so for each of these that I build, I'll be building 18 trade just for the first level per month. Very low cost to me. And now we can begin researching wormhole travel. We definitely need to buff our science up. A field dynamics center, which is the exact kind of research that we want to do that wormhole. I think I'm gonna build one. The field dynamics center is being built, which will allow us to more quickly research this technology, which currently is 274 months away. That's crazy. The particle physics center, whatever it is, has reduced it to 177 months. We are under attack again. An abandoned hatchery, it seems. However, we have a lot more defenses this time, so I'm hoping, yeah, we're taking them out much quicker. Those defense stations are doing their work. They're getting better. That's awesome. They're becoming more formidable. Okay, and we are colonizing our second planet, which I have named Prime Utopia. And it seems we have found our first alien species, the Forerunners. Discovery is the next best thing we can delve into, since we are trying to pivot into research currently. And our third colony, Prosperity.
The strange biological ships continue to pour through into the system, attacking our starlit citadel. Fortunately, it continued to hold since I had been bolstering it by constructing defense stations. The empire continued to grow, and with each new station, I built trading hubs, bringing our total trade production above 100 a month. This heavily subsidized the production of defense stations at the Citadel.
Okay, this is bad. There is treachery. The Theta aliens have stolen some of our people. Okay, well, if I could get Bunda... Oh, they already have a station here. That sucks. Okay, well, I need to get Haramath then quick so that I can hold a choke point here, and they don't have 3 systems that they can attack me from. New Celestia is going to be specialized into a civilian industry because we're getting pretty low on consumer goods per month. Look at these guys trying to construct the base before I can. Luckily, I got here first, but yeah, look at them go. Okay, well, we figured out who it is. It's the Urk.
The Urk, a kingdom of honor-bound warriors, would be a great threat to our young empire. At first, I made attempts at diplomacy. However, they were unreceptive, and so I made plans to set up a starlit citadel on our border.
Oh my goodness, they're already insulting us. I can already tell this is gonna go badly. Okay, I've done some strategizing, and we need to take out the Urk. Better yet, we need to capture their capital and maybe vassalize them. In order to do that, we need military superiority, dominance. We have one thing that they do not have. this deep space citadel, which is also helping defend us against the aliens. We can also construct these citadels for about 1,000 alloys and 2,500 unity. There's also more aliens up here. Racing to try to get to Brink before they do. All right, we have done it. Cradle of the enemy. Thanks to a recent breakthrough in wormhole stabilization, we have been offered a rare glimpse into the Gaping Maw system.
The Gaping Maw system was near the center of the galaxy, and within was contained a black hole and what seemed to be a space station constructed out of flesh. Biological ships patrolled the system. With the system now in reach, we had only to construct a fleet capable of dealing with the system's defenses. Then we could finally be rid of this enemy.
In the meantime, Prime Utopia is going to be turned into a research world. I think we'll specialize it into a research enclave specifically. And now we are colonizing another world, Serenity. It has also become time to build the Citadel.
Unfortunately, we only had enough resources to construct one citadel, which we placed guarding the rest of our colonies, leaving an entrance into our space unprotected.
Upon its completion, we will declare war. All right, the secondary citadel is almost complete in construction above the planet of Prime Utopia, which has become our research world. All right, with the fleets in position, we have declared war. We must only wait now for their move. Maybe we'll do a attack run, just to test the waters.
After our initial test of their borders, we received confirmation of enemy fleets present in the system over, en route to attack. We performed a tactical retreat, intentionally drawing our enemies into our borders, where we could deal with them effectively. Several enemy fleets punched through our defenses and began pushing into our space. Fortunately, all of our planets were behind our two starlit citadels, and so the enemy could only damage our trade routes. One fleet took advantage of the opening and began pressing in towards our space stations, while the others began to attack our citadel.
Okay, that's not what I was hoping. What happened? Okay, they're going. One of their fleets are going in. We are actually holding. We are actually holding. The citadel is holding. For now.
Then, while the battle for Prime Utopia waged, biological ships from the wormhole attacked, immersing our nation into chaos. Fortunately, we were victorious in both battles, giving us an upper hand in the first few skirmishes of the Urk offensive. We mustered our fleets and began the offensive, charging straight for the Urk capital. Many of their ships had escaped destruction and were fleeing back to their capital. We simply had to beat them there. Zomtama was only 3 systems away from us. Unfortunately, our fleet had sustained major damage along the way, after being forced to deal with several fortified bastions. Before we could charge at them, they sent a repaired fleet at us from Zomtama, the capital. We hoped we could evade this fleet, taking a different route to the capital.
Okay, it worked, and they are going. Looks like they're falling for it. They're heading south, and we're going to try and push in to Dorfil and to Zomtama.
Unfortunately, they sent a second fleet our way, performing a pincer maneuver, forcing our fleets and invasion troops to pull back. We held at our strongest captured station and hit them as hard as we could, using their own station against them. We were victorious. However, our fleet suffered losses and was no longer capable of breaching their capital system, and so the retreat was ordered.
Okay, they are pushing forward to Gotara, which means they're only 1 system away from Bunda, which sucks. Okay, they're hitting Haramuth. This is bad. Wasn't able to get the fleets there in time. Instead, I'm going to try and take Chetris.
Unfortunately, they pressed their advantage and pursued our fleets with all haste, trapping them behind enemy lines, away from our bastions. At this point in the war, the strain on our economy was growing too great, and pressure was mounting to offer a peace deal. Unfortunately, with all of our fleets trapped, we had little to no leverage, and so we asked for the peace terms.
Okay, we have been caught between a rock and a hard place right now. Attempting to run, but they are chasing us. Okay, this is a really maybe dumb strategic decision. If I surrendered, I wouldn't lose any territory. I would just become their vassal. Now, that would allow me to build like on their territory as a megacorp and also guarantee my safety. Like, we just need peace. My economy is crumbling. I'm gonna send the offer. We are now their vassal. However, we didn't lose any territory and I can establish branch offices.
With the peace terms signed, stability once again returned to the Empire. Upon inspecting the terms of our subjugation, I discovered we had to only pay a 15% tax on our production. I'm confident that the value of our branch offices will easily make up that difference.
Integration prohibited. Perfect. Yeah, this is actually okay for me, surprisingly. Wow. Like, I don't really need to expand that much more. I also just gained so much intel. And the Radishin conglomerate hates them, so they won't get to trade with them. I wouldn't have gotten to trade with the Levian Collective because they're a hive mind. And so there literally was nobody else for me to trade with. We are going to revolutionize the Urk economy. We're going to work with them. This is actually great news. We're doing good.
Thank you for watching. Part 2 will be out next Friday. And as always, please subscribe if you want me to continue making content like this.